It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Just a short time ago, smoke from the pyrotechnics filled the dome as the Colts made their way out of the locker room. We're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with the Washington football team. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will make it into the end zone. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Now the first carry from Marlon Mack. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Working out of the gun, Rivers. He's got Jack Doyle. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Jack Doyle.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now this one complete on the slant route. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Marlon Mack, his first carry of the game. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process. 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a carry from Mack. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Rivers. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
3rd and short yardage, Rivers. And that will be incomplete.
You tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Greg Stroman back deep for Washington. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Haskins and the Washington offense going to come up here 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. He'll throw from the gun. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 30. A huge play there for Washington. 55 yards.
I don't think we'll ever get enough of watching one-handed catches, and when they pay off, they are spectacular. But how about the times they don't pay off and coaches go, two hands still works.
I know, but they go for them so often now that I'm almost starting to take them for granted.
Yeah, that's unbelievable, isn't it? Because these are sensational type plays.
Especially that one with a defender right there. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 21-yard line.
They go play action now. Haskins. And he's got it. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Touchdown, Washington.
From 21 yards away. And Washington has taken a first-quarter lead.
Hopkins on for the extra point.
An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
The 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
You're not ready. You're not ready. Line 56. Line 56. Ready?
From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And he fires one that's intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
10.
They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? They responded to the challenge.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Colts 42-yard line.
2nd and 11 now. Now Haskins. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he gets it down to the 32. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And Charles, a couple extra defensive backs in here on 3rd and 1.
Not expecting them to run it at all.
Now Haskins to throw it. The Colts D sticking to their assignments, and that brings up 4th.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So now on 4th down, Washington will hand things over to their kicker, Dustin Hopkins. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And Hopkins' kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
So now here in the 2nd week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle? No mental mistakes? Are they starting to look like a good offensive football team?
Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Rivers. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
44-yard line.
Rivers hands this one to Mack. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
The ball carrier. He was brought down by Kendall Fuller. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 36-yard line.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
10. Colts, nothing.
On 2nd down now, it's Mack. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
We always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at it.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And now look at him go. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. The mistakes continuing to pile up, and it looked like they were going to be able to eat into that deficit. Instead, now the deficit is even larger.
Yeah, they were on a march with a chance to get back within a score, but now that deficit continues to grow.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this will not be fielded. It's a touchback and comes out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
And you're down. And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. The DN, Jonathan Allen, making sure his presence is felt.
15-yard line.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Taken in by the tight end, Doyle. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the second time.
Greg Stroman on the return. Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to get a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
On play action, Haskins. That's complete to his tight end, Sprinkle. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 11 yards there, first down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now left side on the swing pass. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8.
Out of bounds.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
It's a gain of 3. And a Washington first down.
They go play action with Haskins. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First down.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had a big play in the run game the play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Haskins out of the gun. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. As we thought they might do here in week 2 of the preseason, they've left their starting quarterback out there for this second quarter. But I would imagine we will not see him after halftime.
Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect your starting quarterback.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Haskins. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington.
Complete to
Trey Quinn, ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they will watch this one land in the end zone. That'll be a touchback.
their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Rivers. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
At the 43-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Incomplete.
You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now. It's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth because with all the guys that might play in this one, it seems to get bigger and bigger each year.
Yeah, we pretty much supersize them, don't we? Because, you know, remember, they're carrying 90 now. And with the new rules, they'll carry 90 all the way through the preseason before they make the final cut.
Got a man that's caught inside the 10. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Paris Campbell, 43 yards. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer. And he puts it through.
Makes this Washington 24.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, he's certainly trying to earn his way into some more looks in the offense once the regular season heats up. If he continues to make plays like that, I think QB1 will look his way a little more often once the regular season begins.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Here's Haskins to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's got this down to the 35. 10 yards there. Good for a Washington first down.
It's a gain of
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Throwing now, Haskins on first down. He's going to let this one go for Latimer. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception. Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
From the 44, Rivers. He completes this one to Mack. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Rivers on first down. This goes out right to Doyle. And he gets it down to the 32.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Operating from the gun. Rivers looking for Campbell downfield. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. Kari Willis there to bring him down. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
Expect to see a good number of backups going forward as we are back and underway here in preseason week 2. That'll be taken about a yard deep, and the half will begin with a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
First throw now for the backup, Allen. Allen hit. He lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
You know, if this is the regular season, partner, we'd be talking about just how costly a mistake that was, but probably good for him to get it out of his system right now.
Just hope for him and the team it's not a sign of things to come.
Yeah, without a doubt. Plus, you got to worry about making the team. Those types of errors don't help you.
Going to throw deep for the end zone. Got a man. It's Pittman, and he holds it in for the Colts touchdown.
Touchdown!
Michael Pittman. 26 yards. And the Colts use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. And they'll watch this one fall in the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Here's McKissick. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So that one will be accepted. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Allen going to throw. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. A good first down call as the screen play gets him 9.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
35-yard line.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. A carry now for McKissick. 7 yards there and a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On play action, Allen. That'll be caught. It's Steven Sims. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
A gain of
a good pickup there, 26 yards.
First down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, it's Allen. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's T.J. Carey who picked it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. A run there on 1st down, and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
It's now 3rd down and 6.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now here's Inman bringing in the pass. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. So 3rd and 2, and I count 6 defensive backs out there. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Open man is Sims. He's got it. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first.
A gain of 7.
7 yards on the quick slant and a first down. Throwing on first down is Allen.
Well, he'll get this to Antonio Gibson complete.
And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. And despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 13.
Now Allen again. This is brought in by Gibson. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports.
Washington on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Allen to throw once more.
Got an open man, finds Gibson.
Past the 20. Touchdown, Washington.
Complete to
Antonio Gibson,
45 yards.
And Washington is able to stretch their lead.
Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run. So much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
21-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
That is caught at the 7. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Give him 32 on the play.
Goal at the 3-yard line.
From the gun, here's Brissett. And it's caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. From 3 yards out. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead. The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? You create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
And this one will not be handled. It's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
He's brought down.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
They run with a former Buccaneer. It's Peyton Barber.
And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now on 3rd and 2, they're going to elect to throw with Allen. And that's complete. It's Sims. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 9 yards on the play and a first down.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
They will run it. It's McKissick. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Good gain there on first down. It keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front. Good blocking. Nice hole for him. Ends up picking up nice yardage. Stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
Not in any rush offensively. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2.
Midfield. A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Washington on 3rd down.
They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. From midfield, here's Allen.
Got a man. It's Gibson, complete.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
Antonio Gibson.
8 yards, first down as they're able to convert.
And the Washington first down.
Barber on 1st and 10. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
Right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these